Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing the EUREKA Powerplush lithium powered stick vac. This thing's pretty cool. They sent this to me to review, so it's exactly what I did. It's like a lot of your stick vacs that you see out on the market now. Hoover, Dyson, all these guys. Shark makes these, but the unique thing about this one's pretty much strictly hardwood and tile and stuff, and that is because of the Powerplush. It's this plush roll right here. This thing comes off by this little screw right there. You unscrew that and this brush can come right off and you can actually clean that, but make sure that you completely dry it. As a matter of fact, everything can come apart up in this housing here. You got your filter up here, you got your bin here, and the cool unique thing about the bin is either you can push button dump, like you're not going to touch it, or you can unscrew the whole bottom and have it like a cup and dump out fine granules. So you made a boo-boo on some salt or whatever, and you want to clean it up, and you don't want this bin door to swing open and blow dust and stuff everywhere, which can be messy on these little one-touch doors. So I like that idea of unscrewing the bottom for a cup. Supposedly, this has more suction than Dyson's V8 Absolute on the highest setting. Includes anti-allergen filter. So this is supposedly sucking more out than Dyson. I don't know that. I don't have one of those to compare it to. I do know that it's not as strong as my Shark. And it may be just a hair under my Hoover stick vac that I've had forever. But I don't think it has to have a ginormous amount of suction, because I was able to get up everything with this plush brush. I think that's the key, is this plush brush. A lot of vacuum cleaners that you're going to use on your hardwoods and stuff, they have an agitator brush, and that's to agitate that carpet and to knock up dust and everything else and try to get as much stuff out of the carpet as possible. This is not the case. This is super plush, and these little rings look like barbershop stripes. They're a little bit longer and stuff, so that does a great job of getting into the tile, into the grooves of the tile, because it feels like it's a little bit longer and maybe even a different type of material there. But you can buy replacement brushes on this at some point, along with the batteries. And speaking of the batteries, it's a 21.6 volt lithium battery, and let's see the specs on this for sure. It says that 21.6 volts, 2000 milliamp per hour battery, lithium battery. I will say that I have charged this and used just 3 separate chargings, and it's repetitive on the 15-minute mark, deciding to start. Like, you have a constant level of power through 15 minutes, and in 15 to 17-minute mark, it starts to die down and shut off at 17 minutes. I read on Amazon, which is where they will sell this at, exclusive to Amazon and Walmart as far as I know, so I will leave the Amazon link. I don't think this has hit store shelves yet. It is on electronic store shelves at Amazon, but not in the physical store at Walmart yet. But it'll be there. And but yeah, I'll leave a link to the Amazon one, and it's $149.99 right now. I think that it's worth the 100 to 150 mark. The build quality is representative of that. There's a lot of these stick vacs that cost up into the $500+. And some of them now are including the agitator brush and one of these mini brushes here. But I actually like the standalone version, because we're messing with only this much of a gap of air to come through, so we're not losing suction to multiple rolls across a multiple roll head. And the head's fairly small, but they're all about this size on all these stick vacs, so that's continuous across all brands, which is cool. We got a felt bottom across here, so you won't scrape and scratch your hardwoods. The rolls are actually coated, and there's a rubber roll back here in the back, which all of these look replaceable, so that's a nice touch. It disconnects here, and you can attach the 2 upholstery attachments, or crevice tool and upholstery attachment that you get. And supposedly the bonus 2-in-1 upholstery tool item is this guy, and it actually slides up to expose these brushes for blinds and stuff like that, or for your AC filter thing up there, your vent for that. and then down for maybe some of your blinds, hardwood blinds, or faux blinds or whatever, so you can get that crevice tool in there. And it's got a little felt brush right here so it won't scratch the surface of things too. But that can snap right on to this guy or the end of the wand, which is how you'll probably use that unless you're vacuuming out your couch. And it has the crevice tool here. And you can attach that like this, and you can take it to the car, you can take it to the couch, all those little crumbs, and get that. You can also attach this, of course, to the wand and get up high and get down low without having to bend over around your baseboards, which I personally like because there's always that 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch band around your baseboards against carpet if you're not careful. This guy will take care of that, so that's a plus. And you also get the wall mount, which is nice. Shark doesn't include a wall mount with theirs. I have the Shark one, which I will have a review for that Shark stick vac coming soon. But yeah, you'll have this guy mounted to the wall, and it's got some grooves, and it'll just set like this with the stick coming down and your crevice attachments on each side. And you can run your power adapter through this little channel here on the side, down and around to where it plugs in right there. This is not the charger itself. You'll have an external plug-in charger with a pretty long cable for this. And the bad thing is this guy will not really freeset anywhere. This doesn't lock in like this. It just kind of wobbles around like that. So you have to really think in terms of this is electronic broom, and that's kind of it, you know. I was able to prop this up against the counter with the back of this sitting right up on the counter in the corner, and that worked for me. So that's going to be my little post there. And you can also detach the end of this, the head of this, and actually attach it straight to this if you want to do some steps and stuff, a staircase or something like that, and dust that or clean that off. I cut my own hair. So for me, using this or trying this brush out against hair was going to be the defining thing for me. I also tested some other things, but the hair was the biggest. Loose hair all over the tile floor. The tiles kind of have some of those grooves in there. Some hair can get left in there. My stick vac, which doesn't have one of these plush brush rolls, can't grab the hair. It's just got that agitator brush. And there's always hair behind. Fine hair, small hair from where I cut my hair in the bathroom. So that's always a battle. But I saved some hair from the last time I cut my hair. Sprayed it out over the tile there and used this plush brush. And on the first pass, I noticed it picked up and left a trail, like a solid edge trail where it went through and just grabbed all the hair. So that was really cool. So if you're a cosmetologist, you cut hair, you could have this mounted next to your station, and with a 15-minute, we'll say, battery life, it takes you, what, a minute to vacuum up the hair. So you could have a full day's worth of just hair picking up with this, and an easy dump system. So that would be better than brushing. I mean, you would get all the hair up. So that's a cool feature in itself, and that's a big plus. I like that. And also I wanted to spread out some powder, like some cooking powder. So some meal granules, some powder out on the tile there, and to see, because that's a common thing in the kitchen where you knock over something. And it did surprisingly well with little to no residue left behind. It even got down in between the tiles there, which surprised me. I thought this is the one I was gonna get them on. I thought I was gonna have like a trail in between the tile, but it got that too, so that was great. And then I did the dog food, which pushes the limits of the gap between the head and the brush roll is about like that. But that brush is kind of spongy, but it's kind of firm too. So if it does grab something and go through, it could kick it in and up the chute there up to the bin. But it handled all the dog food. So I think I traversed everything that you might come across, and I think it worked really good. Like, it might handle some low carpet, like a mat that you would have in front of your sink. You might could run it over that, but like rugs and carpet, I wouldn't really rely on this too much. I would actually want to get a standalone stick vac or your traditional upright vacuum cleaner for your carpet. And I have a video where I compare robot vac, the Hoover stick vac, and your traditional powered upright vacuum cleaner. I wanted to compare those and see how they done and see if you still really needed your traditional vacuum. That video proved that you still need a traditional vacuum to exist in your arsenal. But I haven't tested the new Shark stick vac back here, which is just a vacuum carpet dedicated thing with agitator brush, no plush roll. And I think you need your separate stick vacs, one for hardwood, one for carpet. When you get one of those universal ones, you're skipping yourself somewhere. So I'm going to try to compare the Shark against the Shark traditional upright. So I'm really excited for this test to see if it can beat itself. So that's a cool one, so make sure to check that video out when it comes. Before I forget, you do have 3 lights here to tell you where the battery power is. And once it gets down to the bottom and starts blinking, that's the 15-minute mark, and you'll notice the power graph go in 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes once you notice that downward spiral. They said that they are going to, this dislodges like that. You have to use this to charge this right now. There's no charging base for it, and I don't know how much the batteries will cost. Hopefully they're affordable. It would be nice if they're hovering around the $50 mark, but I don't know, because that would be really super competitive, because the Shark ones I think are $100, and that would be nice if this was a little cheaper. The switch is there. Just the one switch. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally hit that. Every time I grab it, I accidentally hit it, it turns on. So if I had to say the positives, I think I've covered a lot of the positives. I've spoken only of positives for it, but the negatives would be, I think I'm okay with battery life. You'll be able to clean your entire house probably once out of it, depending on how much hardwood you have, but or maybe 2 cycles. And it takes a long time to charge this battery, so give yourself quite a few hours to charge the battery back up again. And that's, I guess, another part of the confusing factor. But this is a small battery. I was hoping for a true 20 minutes, but it is 5 minutes less than that, really. And I would say that there is a little bit of flex there in that joint, and you notice that whenever you're vacuuming. And I don't know if I could put a tiny rubber washer around that and seal that up or not, or if I don't even know if that's really restricting any of the airflow or causing a loss of suction because of that, or it's designed that way. I don't know, but the plastic on it feels like it should for its price range. But yeah, this is the EUREKA Powerplush. It's a joy. I want to keep this. I actually like that. This to me is a cosmetologist's dream. Like if you cut hair and you hate having to sweep and leave remnants behind into a dustpan, this demolishes everything that you would want to pick up. So just not for hair, but for everything, it did really well. I'm a huge fan. This plush roll right here has converted me. Like, but a standalone unit is awesome. So EUREKA, I'm glad that they went the standalone route instead of trying to make a dual head like that. I think that was a smart decision to do just a standalone plush roll. So make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that bell so that you get notified on the next vacuum cleaner review video that I do, which should be coming up fairly soon, because I've been neglecting my own carpet at home for a couple weeks, waiting just on this guy so I could compare it to the traditional upright. See ya.